House of the Dragon is a really complicated show with a lot of stories and theories. Today, we're diving into an exciting journey through House of the Dragon as we uncover the top 7 fan theories that everyone is talking about online. We're exploring the jaw-dropping twists, the mind-bending revelations, and the... wait, what? Moments that could shape the future of Westeros? For this list, we're looking at popular online predictions for this Game of Thrones prequel series, both in terms of where it is going and what it might reveal. Let's start. Theory number 7, Egon the Third emerged early. In the books, Egon the Third, a potential pretender to the throne, appears years later. However, some speculate he might be introduced earlier in the show, possibly as a hidden or smuggled child born from Ellisons and Visor, adding another claimant to the Iron Throne and further factoring the Targaryen dynasty. Supporters of this theory cite the show's history of diverging from the books, taking creative liberties for narrative impact. Introducing Egon the Third early could serve as a dramatic plot device, adding another layer of intrigue and conflict to the already tumultuous political landscape of Westeros. However, there are challenges to this theory. Critics argue that such a significant deviation from the books might disrupt the established lore and character arcs. Furthermore, the logistics of concealing a royal child and the implications of such a plot twist on the existing storyline raise questions about the feasibility of this theory. Whether this theory will materialize remains to be seen, keeping the audience in suspense and eager for the unfolding of the Targaryen saga. Theory number 6, the dreamer isn't who we think. While Aegon the Conqueror seems the obvious dreamer of the hidden dragon prophecy, some propose it could be someone else entirely. Perhaps it's Rhaenyra's son, Egon the Third, or even a figure not yet introduced, throwing succession wide open and leaving the ultimate power struggle unresolved for future seasons. The prophecy talks about a hidden dragon and a hidden prince returning. While Aegon could fit the hidden dragon part due to his Valyrian blood and dragon-riding ancestry, he wasn't exactly hidden during his conquest. The wording of the prophecy is vague, leaving room for alternative interpretations. For example, hidden prince could refer to someone not yet born or someone whose true identity is obscured. If the show aims to connect more directly with Game of Thrones, the dreamer could point towards someone like Jon Snow or Bran Stark, whose journeys align with the Song of Ice and Fire theme. Whether the dreamer is Aegon the Conqueror or someone else remains to be seen. The theory opens up exciting possibilities for plot twists, character development, and even thematic connections to Game of Thrones. Ultimately, it serves as a reminder that in Westeros, prophecies are rarely straightforward, and hidden truths can rewrite the Game of Thrones at any moment. Theory number 5, Viserys and Ellisons' 4th child. Fans speculate the birth of King Viserys and Queen Alicent IV and the youngest son, Daeron. This theory suggests that the show might expand the Targaryen family tree by revealing a 4th child, adding another dimension to the already complex royal dynamics. The basis of this theory comes from the source material Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin. The book hints at a possible 4th pregnancy for Alicent, but the child was not born. The theory posits that Daeron's existence has been kept a secret or merely unmentioned so far, with the potential of his character bringing fresh intrigue to the storyline. His introduction could significantly impact the succession debate and the relationships within the Targaryen household, possibly creating new alliances or deepening existing conflicts. Proponents of this theory highlight the show's penchant for surprising its audience with unexpected twists and character introductions. Daeron's emergence could serve as a pivotal plot device, offering new narratives and power struggles within the Targaryen dynasty. However, there are counter-arguments to this theory. Critics argue that introducing a new royal offspring at this stage could complicate the storyline unnecessarily, potentially detracting from the established narrative arcs. There is also the issue of consistency with the source material, as adding a major character like Daeron would be a significant deviation. Despite these arguments, the idea of Viserys and Ellison's 4th child remains an intriguing possibility for fans, sparking debates and discussions. It exemplifies the rich, speculative nature of the Game of Thrones universe, where every character and plotline holds the potential to alter the course of the story dramatically. Whether Daeron will make an appearance or remain a fascinating conjecture is a question that keeps the audience eagerly anticipating the next twist in the tale. Theory number 4, Avenging Lucerys Velaryon's death. Lucerys Valarion's gruesome death at the hands of Aemon Targaryen and his dragon Vhagar will undoubtedly have major repercussions in the Dance of Dragons. Fans are speculating who will avenge the young Lucerys, and how they will exact vengeance on Aemon and the Greens. The most likely agent of vengeance is Lucerys' uncle Daemon Targaryen. Daemon was extremely close to his niece, Rhaenyra's children, even taking Lucerys as a square. He will be enraged when he learns of Lucerys' horrific demise at the jaws of a dragon. Daemon is volatile and violent, he's sure to seek bloody retribution. His dragon Carax's the Blood Rim is a formidable beast that can match Vhagar in combat. A thrilling dragon duel between Daemon and Caraxes and Aemond and Vhagar, where Caraxes finally avenges Lucerys, be killing Vhagar and Aemond, would be a fitting tribute to Luke. However, Daemon may not act alone. His lover Mysaria, the White Worm, is whispering in his ear, and she too will want vengeance. Mysaria uses the spy network of children she commands in King's Landing. They could uncover Aemon's whereabouts, allowing Daemon to strike. Or Mysaria may use her spies to slowly poison Aemon's food, inflicting an agonizing death as payback for Lucerys. Killing Aemon may not be enough. Daemon and Mysaria's fury may stretch to punishing the whole High Tower faction behind the Greens. After all, it was at the High Tower seat of Storm's End where Aemon killed Lucerys. Daemon could violently sack Old Town, burning the High Tower and Citadel to the ground. Mysaria may unleash her child spies to slit the throats of High Towers as they sleep. Lucerys' death will have explosive consequences. Daemon and Mysaria will channel their grief and rage into ensuring Aemon, the High Towers, and all Greens pay in blood. The Dance of Dragons is about to become even deadlier. Theory number 3, Larry's strong as a warg. Warging abilities are primarily associated with families like the Starks and the Wildlings in the main Game of Thrones storyline. However, there are hints in the lore that warging abilities could be present in other families with ancient bloodlines like the Strongs. This opens the door for Larys potentially possessing this power. Larys displays an almost preternatural knowledge of goings-on within the Red Keep and King's Landing. This could be attributed to his cunning and network of informants, but it could also be interpreted as hints of warging abilities, allowing him to see and hear through unsuspecting animals or even people. However, there is no explicit evidence in the show to confirm Larys possesses warging abilities. While his behavior raises suspicions, it could be solely attributed to his intelligence, ruthlessness, and well-placed spies. Overall, the possibility of Larys strong being his warg remains open to speculation and interpretation. While there are intriguing clues and thematic connections, the show hasn't provided definitive confirmation. Ultimately, whether Larys possesses this power and how it might impact the narrative would be interesting to see. Theory number 2, Daemon Targaryen is the Night King. Fans see a strong correlation between Daemon Targaryen and the Night King. For example, both characters have a resembling appearance such as silver hair and pale features. Also in the books, it's said the Night King was originally a Lord Commander of the Night's Watch who fell in love with a mysterious White Walker woman, prompting his transformation into the King of the Others. Daemon's experience mirrors this. He too served at the Night's Watch early in his life, stationed at the Shadow Tower. There, it's possible he encountered White Walkers beyond the wall, perhaps their female leader, who interacted with him into becoming the new Night King. Daemon is later sent to the Vale of Iron as a boy, the same region where the Night King was defeated by the Stark ancestor Brandon the Breaker. This would place Daemon geographically close to the historical Night King's origins. However, the biggest flaw in this theory is the vast time difference between Daemon Targaryen and the Night King. Daemon lived around 130 AC during the Dance of the Dragons, whereas the Night King existed in the Age of the Heroes thousands of years earlier during the Long Night. There's no way Daemon could be the same entity as the ancient Night King. The Night King was created by the Children of the Forest through their magic by plunging a dragon glass dagger into his heart. Daemon was born a normal Targaryen prince, the son of the Prince Balon. There's no indication he went through any magical transformation into the Night King. So, while there are some narrative similarities, the massive gaps in timeline and origins make it impossible for Daemon to actually be the Night King. They may share some personality traits, but Daemon didn't live through the Long Night. He's a Targaryen prince, not a transformed ice demon. Theory number 1, the prophecy holds a deeper meaning. The prophecy that a promised prince will be born from the lines of Aerys and Rhaella Targaryen is pivotal to the Game of Thrones saga. On the surface, it refers to the intertwining of houses of Targaryen and Stark through Jon Snow's secret birth parents. But the prophecy may have a much grander scope about the destiny of Westeros. The Song of Ice and Fire could symbolize the cyclical struggle between two opposing forces, ice representing death, the White Walkers, versus fire embodying life or dragons. This clash seems fated to repeat over epics. The Long Night occurred once before. Daenerys' dragons and the Night King's army foreshadowed another destined collision. Whomever the promised prince is, he may be part of a time loop where he is reborn when darkness rises to champion the light. The cycle further connects the Targaryen heyday in House of the Dragon with the fight against the White Walkers we saw in Game of Thrones. It bridges the past, present, and future of Westeros. The prince was promised not just to save the realm from one threat, but to play his destined role again and again across the ages in an endless Song of Ice and Fire.